suka! Dura! I'm just kidding. Howdy doody, fellas. This is your host, Super Poopie. And today we're going to be doing a photo shoot. But also, I got the bright idea of getting a drone. We didn't get the drone yet, but we do want to get a drone. That way, fucking make some sick-ass drone footage. I mean, it'll be a little sick, you know, reenacting someone's worst day of their life.
Howdy doody, fellas. This is your host, Super Poopie, and today we're going to be talking about what the hell am I wearing. This ain't no Fashion Nova type bullshit. This is the RATNIK program, started in 2015, ordered by Vladimir Putin, and he's putting in the work to this fashion shit. Or should I say camouflage and modernization of the Russian military. Because before this, it was the VSR, and it was all about LBVs and no Molly on the vest. But we're going to go ahead and talk about our experience with all this gear and equipment. And just want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor. No, I'm just kidding. I wish I had a fucking sponsor. No, my homie Panchito Boffin, who's fighting in the front lines in Ukraine against the Russians, all right? Again, I choose to remain neutral on this shit. But overall, I'm on the side with the homie Panchito because all this, everything you see on me is all captures, all right? Do be advised, I did get permission to do a photo shoot in this factory area. So I did use filler boots. Those are my Marine Corps Danners, so do forgive that. I have a filler canteen, but to be fair, there is very westernized style canteens in the Russian military. There's all types. They're using a lot of the leftover Cold War ones, but to be fair, there are some new ones that are very modernized and some that just straight up hold regular plastic water bottles. So I think that's pretty cool, and eventually we'll get one of those. But like I said, I didn't want to let this opportunity go to waste. Another thing we have as a filler, I think that's it. It's just the boots, the canteen, and the gloves are kind of optional. Obviously, you'll see a lot of Azov guys with Oakley factory pilot gloves. Actually, you'll see Oakley factory pilot gloves in both sides of the war. So that's pretty interesting. And if not, it's always going to be some sort of off-brand airsoft piece of shit version of the Oakley factory pilot glove with the carbon fiber knuckle or some sort of hard knuckle. And there's also the extensive use of the mechanics gloves. You will see a lot of those, and in fact, I'll probably look into replacing those and going with mechanics gloves. But right now, we're going for the early Russian invasion look, okay? Because as you know, the Russian military is currently going through a transition period, and we're not talking about chopping their nuts off. We're talking about different camouflage, different rifles, different gear, different equipment. The Russian military is seeing a lot of change as they go into war. And the cool thing about war is that a lot of programs take advantage of the situation and have troops use new gear and give their opinions on it. And from there, they make either improvements, changes, or keep it the way it is. And that's currently what the Russian military is going through. But yeah, they are kind of switching into some sort of off-brand multicam type shit. But anyways, let's get started with all the actual captured stuff. And again, huge shout out to Panchito because all this stuff he captured in the trenches and kicked a lot of ass for this shit. Mostly just scavenging, but still, mad credit to the guy. Again, I have no side on the war. I'm just specifically on this guy's side. So I choose to keep sending him money so he can keep sending me cool stuff. All right. But another quick update. My NVGs might not be arriving at all. Okay. Our middleman is a piece of shit. Panchito's innocent in the picture, but fucking bullshit. We might not get our NVGs and our dot sight, and I thought it would be so awesome, especially because I have the PVS 7s, so I could record myself in night vision while wearing night vision myself. That would be so freaking awesome. But anyways, let's get right into the equipment, and we're going to go ahead and start with the undershirt. So this is the tan undershirt of the Russian military. As you can see, it says Российская Army. In almost every country, army is just army with an accent. So yeah. But yeah, that says Russian Army, and this is a standard T-shirt that the troops would wear under their uniforms. So I'm capable of doing boots and utes, as they call it in the Marine Corps. So I think that's very cool. I mean, nothing special about it. It's just a T-shirt. But if anyone could send me some more, fuck yeah, I'll take some more. Whether it's for working out or reenactments or just fashion wise, you know, I'm such a fucking hipster about this stuff. You know what I mean? So, and again, this was a capture from a trench from Panchito. So all this stuff, cool and collectible. Now, these are the camis. They're 6SH122 reversible suit. Keep in mind, I did brief research on this, so take it with a grain of salt, but also a result of the RATNIK program, all right, designed in 2015 and still in service. As you know, this was also a freaking capture by Panchito. So, and the cool thing, like it says in the name, is it's reversible. So right now I got the dark camouflage. That's more so winter/fall compatible when all the leaves are dead. Things are looking more gray. Everything's rainy, wet, and slimy, just like your wife. No, I'm just kidding. But if you look on the underside, if you flip over the uniform, because it's reversible, it turns into a more brighter, more vibrant green type color. You know what I mean? So, and that's more compatible with summer/spring. And so I think that's awesome. I think it's really cool when uniforms do that. Now, that being said, another cool thing about this uniform is that, well, I served in the Marine Corps, and unfortunately, I was pogue as fuck, so we had to do a lot of garrison shit. But a problem, it's a minor problem, but if you get rid of so many minor problems, then you have more space to do big shit. You know what I mean? And one of those small problems is having to blouse your boots. All right? When your trousers come pre-bloused, just like this Russian military uniform, or the French also pre-blouse their uniforms, even the cuffs are bloused, and it just prevents trash and mumbo jumbo from getting in your trousers. All right, you don't want shit in your trousers, or in your sleeves. All right, because a lot of times we would wizard sleeves so we could ventilate a little bit more. But occasionally, there was this one time I was practicing with the 240 in MCT, and I had a piece of brass somehow bounce into my sleeve, go into my elbow, and it burned the shit out of me. So that's pretty valid. And I would say, like, in combat situation, I would assume you want to be as comfortable as possible so you could just prioritize the objective. All right. Again, I was pogue as fuck. I ain't no special forces. I didn't go to war. But, you know, I was around a lot of people that were grunts, both combat veterans and, well, just grunts ready to go. And surely they learned from actual veterans. But yeah. Anyways, another thing about this camo suit is that it comes with like these little bands and laces where you could put leaves in there and stash them in there, and you can almost turn it into like a ghillie suit. And I think that's freaking awesome, an additive to camouflage. And honestly, you could wear this alone with a freaking what they call it, like an LBV. What's that Russian version of the Alice gear? And it would go great, like if you're traveling lightweight, because, you know, future reference, Russians use steel plates. And I mean, that's going to get tiring after a while. Although plate carriers are very important, you need that protection. Like, yeah. But something that sucks about these trousers is that, and it's pretty freaking stupid, like military trousers should all standard have pockets, including a fucking cargo pocket. This has none of them. This has no pockets. It just has a slit in the side. Maybe you're supposed to have trousers under them. It's a sort of windbreaker. And there's just no pockets, and it just pisses me off. Now, the top does have pockets, which is cool, which is awesome, but it should be standard to have pockets in the damn fucking trousers. Like, what? Do you expect me to put it some sort of admin pouch? So, yeah. It has its ups and downs, even just to be all fucking swagged out. Here's me wearing the trousers at my homie's gender reveal for his baby. And I look freaking great. I look awesome. But again, if you're going to wear them for fashion, get a fanny pack, because you need to store stuff, obviously, and you can't hold everything in your hand. It just makes you an easy target to be robbed. All right? But if you're going into combat with it, you're going to need a freaking combat belt, which I'm going to bring that up later in a bit. Now, as for the plate carrier, all right, this is the 6B45 ballistic vest used by the Russian military since 2014. All right, and you'll see different varieties of these vests used in Syria. You'll have the desert camo one. I mean, I don't know why I say variety, but it's just a different color. It's just desert compatible. But you'll even see the green one in Syria used by Russian troops. So, regardless, it's still pretty freaking awesome. It is a double plate carrier. So it carries one in the back, one in the front. But like I said, the Russian military uses steel plates, all right, which they're awesome. They're recyclable. They could take more punch, but they're way fucking heavier, all right? But when you're talking just the vest alone, it has Kevlar padding. It wraps around the body. Something I had to deal with my Marine Corps plate carrier is the Velcro and the shoulder being used and then being slanted on one side. And that really fucking sucked. And that's something that this plate carrier, I would argue, makes it better than my current Marine Corps one, which I have a copy that I got from a surplus store nearby a Marine Corps base. That being said, I will say I really like this vest, but as you know, the standard Russian soldier gets about 3 double mag pouches. I put 4, and of course, you'll see a lot of troops. This has happened throughout history a lot of times where troops will loot the enemy or their fellow man, respectfully, for extra gear and equipment. So I put 4 mag pouches, and unfortunately, I used them as used AK-47 mags full of 7.62x39 steel case. They're all full, and I put them in the pouches, and it just weighs all in the front. I have steel plates. I could feel gravity just hitting me harder. All right. It feels like, oh my God, I feel like twice as heavy. I think I even touched like close to 300 pounds. I should be weighing in at like 230 pounds. Unfortunately, not lean, but hopefully we will change that. Not hopefully, we will. We will. I'll get off my fat ass. But anyways, yeah, like I said, and all the weight is distributed to the front because of all those mag pouches and those magazines and whatnot full of ammo. And I'm telling you, I feel sorry for bitches with big ass titties. And now I understand that it causes back problems to have big old heavy milkers. All right. But in my case, it's a shit ton of steel case 7.62x39. And so in that case, I think you have to have some sort of weight distribution, maybe put some mag pouches on the side. But also it is valid that, now AK-74 magazines are made out of plastic, Bakelite, very light stuff, and 5.45 is not as heavy as 7.62x39. So I don't know if that makes any difference, but if you're rocking an AK-47 or something in 7.62x39 and you're carrying the amount of magazines you are as me in the front, it's going to hurt your lower back, especially when you're crouching, you're getting in the prone. It is horrible. But other than that, like, I bet if I put like some ceramic plates in this, I think life will get better, especially because like I've seen a lot of troops, special forces or not, customized to their own personal standard, their kits and whatnot. So I've seen a decent amount of that. But also you got the foot soldier that doesn't care and just wants to surrender as soon as he sees an enemy or whatnot, So, and obviously we're still learning as we go, but from wearing this, it is a pain in the ass. You will feel gravity hit you twice as hard. And I'm a pretty strong boy, but I will say my cardio is absolute dog shit. I'm starting to wheeze over whack-ass jogs, and my body isn't even tired. My body isn't tired. It's my lungs that give out first, so I got to work on cardio more. But anyways, we're going a little off topic. Other than that, I give my experience with the vest a 6 out of 10. But I'm going to try it with ceramic plates or even use filler plates for a photo shoot that are probably plastic and airsoft. But anyways, next thing. Anyways, on the head, we have the 6B47 Russian military helmet, all right? This was made and put into service in 2013, I believe, and it's been used by the Russian military ever since, because before this, it was that weird egg-shaped Humpty Dumpty looking fucking helmet. But yeah, this was captured in the front lines. Like all this, everything I've mentioned, captured by Panchito, all right? This guy's a fucking champ. He's a legend. I will suck his dick if he lets me. After all, they say the gayest thing out there is a straight Marine, and he's a Marine Corps veteran, so huge shout out to his cervix. No, I'm just kidding. All jokes aside, he's a cool guy. I'll cool it with the homo shit. I'm not actually fucking gay. So calm the fuck down. But anyways, back to the helmet. The cool thing about this helmet is that it has a railing on the side, and obviously my helmet has a helmet cover, but it has this Velcro that you can open it up, and you could add all kinds of attachments, whether it's a camera, a flashlight, a GoPro, and whatever have you. So I think that's really cool. That's pretty cool. And the cool thing about this helmet is it has an NVG mount. So pretty freaking cool. And the cool thing about it is that it's compatible with NATO style NVG mounts. So yes, that's right. I could put my PVS 14s on these and start peeping on the second window, all right, on the tree. No, I'm just kidding. That would be kind of fucking gnarly, though, if you go peepee Tom type shit with PVS. All right, we're going off topic. But the point is, the NVG mounts are cross-compatible with NATO ones, all right? And that's why I'm super bummed out that my Russian NVGs are not getting here, because I would technically be able to put them in my fucking, not Pazgat, what's it called? My Mitch helmet. So that's unfortunate, but hopefully, you know, something changes and we get it anyways. But like I said, you could also put a GoPro. You could do all kinds of stuff. This helmet is actually really cool. Now, would I trust it with my life? Not the fuck at all, okay? And as you can see, the liner is like super Cold War old style rather than having like the cushions that a modern Mitch helmet that the Marine Corps issues you out has. And it just provides more cushion if you take a fall. So not only are you bulletproof, but you could take a fall. This, I don't know about that liner. Now, another thing, it's suspiciously lightweight and thin. This helmet, like, I don't even have to test it. I know damn well it can't stop a bullet. This is mainly probably just to stop, like, shrapnel and whatnot and flying particles and shit. So, really cool helmet. I'm glad I have it. And I would put it on if I had nothing else on reach. But other than that, I wouldn't be totally satisfied. Would always take an American helmet. Hell, I'll even take a Pazgat over this. But still, I'm glad I have it. It's freaking awesome. Gonna get a St. George ribbon on it pretty soon, and it's gonna look freaking awesome. But anyways, next item. All right, guys, I know what you're thinking, all right? And I've been getting so many goddamn DMs, and don't get me wrong. I've been posting on Instagram showing how I'm fine dining, doing great in life. It is all going fantastic. I'm heavily blessed. And now you see me rocking an AK-12, and everyone's like, who's your plug for the AK-12? Where did you get your AK-12 parts kits? Holy shit, let me shoot your AK-12. Calm the fuck down, guys. It is an airsoft rifle, okay? Believe me, I'm still trying to get an AK-12, and I don't even know if I have the money. I don't know if I have AK-12 money to even, you know, get one or whatnot. I'm doing great, but I don't know if an AK-12 will be affordable enough, because I recently looked up a FAMAS, a French FAMAS, the bullpup, and those motherfuckers are in the freaking, what is it, the 5 figures, all right? They're 5 figures. That's probably not doable for me, all right? Unless it's like, maybe I'll get a little stupid for an HK-21. But anyways, we're going off topic. Again, this is an Arcturus airsoft gun, but if it were a real AK-12, it would be fed in 5.45 by 39, all right? It's a very sharp, pointy round, and I have shot an AK-74 at my homie's place, and it is an amazingly effective round. And you can see how similar it is to the AK-74. Something I do have trouble with is C-clamping it. I can see how people burn their fingers if this airsoft replica is exactly the same. I like the freaking M4 buffer tube style stock, how it's adjustable and whatnot. It's pretty cool airsoft gun. But yeah, like I said, I don't want to go into too much detail because I am going to do an airsoft review on the AK-12 eventually. So that's going to be awesome to see. But yeah, this rifle has been in service in 2018, and it's still in the service. And for a while, they were pretty shitty, pretty wonky, pretty crappy, and easy to beat up. And they were just war trophies for the Ukrainian troops, including my homie who's seen a couple of them. But now they've improved the AK-12 so much as so, like, the Ukrainian troops are no longer capturing them as war trophies. They're actually capturing them and using them in combat because they have significantly improved. And they're really awesome, cool-looking rifles. Like, I remember when they popped up in the first battlefield in one of the Call of Duties, and I was like, this is so fucking cool. Is it real? And yeah, it was real. And now we're seeing them in combat, which is cool, but not cool because, you know, people are killing each other. But hey, hopefully that war ends soon, and hopefully I could get my hands on a goddamn AK-12, at least a parts kit. And I don't care if it takes forever to build. Maybe my grandson will finish building it, all right? At the end of the day, all this is an investment, all right? But yeah, this rifle was one of Kalashnikov's, not one, it is the last creation of Mikhail Kalashnikov, the creator of the AK-47, World War II veteran. And I think he earned Hero of Russia medal. So pretty cool, very awesome, legendary rifle. And from there on, they're building onto it. So, you know, I believe there's a 308 version, there's a 5.56 version, and you know, they're building on from there. There's even a 308 version now that I see it. But yeah, airsoft review coming in soon, so be ready for that.
Starting to rain.
But anyways, guys, like, subscribe, much love, take care. It's been your host, Super Poopie. I hope you enjoyed this video. And also, hey, keep in mind, my girlfriend recently got me a freaking drone, so I'm gonna have that fucker chase me and see if I could schedule a second photo shoot in this factory, and see if I could have a second guy come model with me. So that'll be freaking awesome. I know, modeling, more like reenactment or just playing pretend war. That's all it is, honestly. But yeah, again, all this shit, even the tape on my left arm is original. All right, that came from the winter wear that I bought from Militaria 102. Go support him. He has a lot of winter wear for sale. And again, huge shout out to Panchito Waffen. Huge shout out to Ich bin Jared for the patches. And huge shout out to Tank's store. So he's the one who got me all the pouches, and that's why they look all brand new, but they're original from Russia, so that's pretty cool. So like even the brand new stuff that wasn't found in the battlefield, all OG Russian shit. So I'm just absolutely happy with this kit, and honestly, I'm going to cool it with new reenactment stuff. I'm just going to keep adding on to this one. Something I will say is that I have trouble reaching the dumping pouch on that vest, so I recommend you get a combat belt for this. If for some reason you're unironically using it, sorry, I forgot to bring that up earlier. But yeah, I would say get an actual dumping pouch, a more traditional dumping pouch like the ones that are issued to you in the Marine Corps and whatnot. So yeah, but anyways, guys, like, subscribe, much love, take care. I hope you enjoyed this, and do expect more awesome footage in this Russian gear. All right, love you guys, bye.